with an experiment you can try at home. Now, if you went to Medic Fest, I know Isabella has probably tried this at a Medic Fest recently. We're going to find out what's more important for your taste. Is it your nose or your tongue? What do you think? What you need for this one, you can't maybe not be able to do it right now, but you need to go and find some sweets or something to eat at some point, okay? And then when you've got your sweet, what you want to do, you can do this with any food, by the way, it doesn't have to be sweets, but I find the zingier and the more flavoursome, the better. What you want to do is hold your nose really, really tight, okay? Get your sweet, put it in your mouth and start to chew for about 10 seconds. Get the juices flowing so you can really taste what's going on in your mouth. And really think about the taste while you're holding your nose. Can you actually taste anything? And then give yourself a countdown, a 3, 2, 1, and then let go of your nose and something should happen, hopefully. And what you should get is a bit of a surprise because the flavour should kick in. You should get like a burst of flavour as soon as you let go of your nose. And what this shows us is that your nose is more important for your taste compared to your tongue. Your nose is responsible for about 85% of your taste. And the reason this works is you've got kind of your airway is accessible from your mouth, so it goes up and over the back. So as you're chewing, the aromas go kind of up the back of your throat and into your nasal cavity, and it stimulates the olfactory receptors. I'll say that again, the olfactory receptors. These are like taste buds, but they're for your nose, and they basically make you smell things, and they're called olfactory receptors. Pretty cool, isn't it? I think Isabella has tried that at Medic Fest. She says on the chat. Yusuf, I am very well. Thank you for asking how I am. So there we go. That is our first experiment of the day. And I've got another experiment for you. This is a double whammy of experiments today, but we're going to come to that in a minute. Right then, let's go and have a look at this one. Again, you might have seen a bit of this on Medic Fest, but I'm going to explain a little bit more about it. Do you like coriander? Now, by any chance, if anyone's watching from America, they call it cilantro. Do you like it or do you not? Put in the chat if you like coriander or not. And what we got, I'm just checking on my Facebook as well over here. Let me see what we got. I can't see anything on there. There we go. Yeah, that's great, Yusuf. I'm glad you're going to try that out. So, coriander, yum or yuck? It's a yuck from me. I don't like it because I think it tastes like soap. Lots of people, when they eat coriander, think this tastes like soap. And lots of people don't. They absolutely love it. My wife loves it. Yeah, lots of people have never tried it. Maybe that's something to go and do over the weekend, Isabella. Ask you want to buy a bit of coriander and put it on some food or give it a chew and see if you like it or not. And see if it tastes like soap. And the reason some people like it and some people don't, and why some people like me think it tastes like soap, is because of this molecule here that is found in coriander, and it's called an aldehyde. And an aldehyde is a name for a group of organic compounds in chemistry. So not just one aldehyde, there's lots of different types. There's lots of different types of alcohol and other types of kind of chemical molecule as well. So that little chemical formula you can see on there is kind of the standard thing that makes something an aldehyde. So you can see it's got a carbon, it's got an oxygen, and those two lines means it's got a double bond to an oxygen. It's got a bond to a hydrogen, and the R bit is basically a bit that can be different on all the aldehydes. The R can change, and that's what makes the different aldehydes, okay? But it's this thing that makes things taste like soap. So soaps have an aldehyde in them, and that's what you can smell. You can kind of smell the soapiness. If you ever tasted soap, if you've got it in your mouth when you're having a wash or it's gone up your nose, again, your nose is more important than your tongue than taste. If you've ever sniffed the soap as you're washing your face, you know, that's what would make it kind of all taste soapy, this little molecule here, okay? Now, the difference here is that some people are more sensitive to those aldehydes than others. So I'm one of those, okay? We have special receptors in our nose that will detect these aldehydes. And it's all because of a gene in our DNA called, this is quite a snazzy name, called OR6A2. And there's a mutation in that gene that alters or changes one of the olfactory receptors in my nose. And that makes me able to smell those aldehydes more strongly compared to someone that does not have that little mutation in their DNA. So a little change in our DNA makes some people smell those aldehydes and other people don't. It's pretty cool, isn't it? Let's have a look. Let me see what we've got in the chat here. What we got. Okay, Yusuf likes it. Yeah, I think it is. You've put, is it like formaldehyde? I think it is. I think formaldehyde, it is an aldehyde, and the form of it is a type of it, yeah. But obviously formaldehyde is a very dangerous chemical. So yeah, I think it is. You're testing my chemistry now, Isabella. So yeah. So this little gene mutation causes us, or helps us smell these aldehydes, or this specific type of aldehyde in cilantro or coriander, okay? So I'd love to know if you like it or not next time you come on, okay? Right then, last thing, we're gonna kind of come on to our last little bits today. It's slightly short, I'm ever so sorry today. So today, we're gonna look at the reflex hammer, okay? We're gonna explain how this works. Now, you may have got one of these in a kit at home, or you may have tried it. You can actually try it at home. I like to use my mobile phone and kind of whack it into like someone's knee like that. A wooden spoon will work, something with a rounded edge or a flat edge. A ruler wouldn't work. You can do it with the side of your hand as well, okay? So what happens with a reflex hammer, okay, when we tap someone's knee, what happens? Well, why do we get that kick? Why does, when you tap their knee, they get that little kick? What happens? Okay, so you tap their knee and it stretches the tendon and the muscle ever so slightly. You don't notice it because it's so quick, but there's little sensors in kind of the joint, in kind of the tendon and the muscle that detect the moment you tap that tendon, it stretches it ever so slightly and it fires a sensory signal. That's the really important bit. It sensed the stretch. So a sensory signal goes up a sensory nerve. It's one nerve that goes from your knee all the way up your leg and all the way into the bottom of your spinal cord, around by kind of your sacrum area, the bottom of your back. Okay, I'm pointing to the bottom of my back. I know you can't see that. That's a sensory nerve. So I'm quite tall. So that nerve has got to be probably about over 50, 60 centimeters long. Okay, and it goes into my spinal cord and it joins onto a little connecting neuron. So that's the second one. It's like a little one in the middle. And that one connects onto a different nerve that is a motor nerve. And motor means movement. Okay? So we've got a sensory nerve with a signal traveling along it, goes into the spinal cord, connects onto one little interconnecting nerve, and then it jumps onto another one, onto a motor nerve. And that goes all the way back out of my spinal cord into the muscle that we've just stretched. Okay, so that nerve is probably just as long as the sensory one. It's a good 50, 60 centimeters long in me. So we've got three nerves in play here. Okay, we've got one from my sensor in my knee, in the tendon, in the muscle, into my spinal cord. We've got a tiny one connecting in between, and then we've got a motor one coming all the way back to the muscle. So the signal goes round in this loop. It's like a relay. It goes from one nerve to the next, okay? And it comes all the way to the muscle, and when that signal reaches the muscle, okay, it triggers the muscle to contract. And when you contract your quad, do it now, put your leg out. If you contract your quad, that one on the front of your thigh, your leg should kick out. You should be able to extend your leg, make it straight. And that's what happens, your leg kicks out. Okay, so you've got this little loop that goes round and does that, okay? But guess what? Your brain is not involved in any of that process. So when you kick out like that, okay, when you kick out, your brain is not involved at all. That's why it feels weird, okay? Hey Isabella, have a great, yeah, no problem at all. Thank you for sticking around. So I think just me and Yusuf now. So that's why when you do the knee reflex, it feels weird because your brain is not involved. Okay, so your brain has no influence over it, but we can influence this reflex. If someone doesn't kick properly or it's only a little movement, we can make it bigger. So what you get your patient to do is sit nice and still, interlock their fingers, get them to pull their fingers apart, clench their teeth for about 4 or 5 seconds, and then try the reflex again. And you should get a bigger kick. So interlock your fingers, pull apart for 5 seconds, grit your teeth as well, really tense, and then tap again. And you should get a bigger kick. And this thing here we're doing here is called the Jendrassik manoeuvre. The Jendrassik manoeuvre. And what happens, it distracts you, so you're not thinking about what's going to happen, you're anticipating, it removes that. Okay, you relax the other parts of your body because you're kind of tensing another part. And also, we stimulate the little sensors to become more sensitive. We wind them up and they become a little bit more sensitive. So when you tap that tendon, they stretch, they're kind of more reactive. So that signal's stronger, so the kick is stronger. It's really cool, isn't it? So we can actually manipulate the little sensors in the joints, in our tendon, in our muscle, by kind of just tensing for a few seconds with this Jendrassik manoeuvre. Pretty cool, or what? So that is how a reflex hammer works. And that is all we've got time for this week. I am on holiday next week, but it's all about your ears. So we'll do 3 things with our ears, and there's an experiment. And I'm warning you now, I'll put a camera in my ear and you get to see inside my ears. It is totally gross, so don't then. Thanks so much for watching. See you soon. Bye.